Have you ever jumped up and down only to find yourself firmly back on the ground? Ever wondered why what goes up must come down? The answer lies in an invisible force that governs our universe: gravity. It's the force that pulls us towards the Earth, keeps our planet in orbit around the Sun, and even dictates the very structure of galaxies across the cosmos. But what if this fundamental force suddenly vanished? Imagine a world where gravity no longer held sway, a world where everything and everyone would be free to float away. It's a mind-boggling thought experiment, one that reveals just how crucial gravity is to our existence. Without gravity, our world would be a very different place, one where the laws of physics as we know them would cease to apply. Join me as we delve into this hypothetical scenario and explore the profound implications of a gravity-free Earth. Gravity is so fundamental to our existence that we often take it for granted. It's an omnipresent force that we rarely stop to think about, yet it governs so many aspects of our daily lives. It's the reason we can stand on the Earth's surface without floating away, anchoring us to the ground and providing a sense of stability. Why objects fall to the ground when dropped. This simple act of falling is a constant reminder of gravity's pull. It's the force that gives us weight, determining how heavy or light we feel. It dictates the flow of rivers, guiding water from mountains to oceans, shaping the landscape over millennia. Gravity even influences the shape of raindrops, pulling them into their characteristic teardrop form as they fall. From the simplest actions like taking a step to the most complex phenomena like the tides of the ocean, gravity is the invisible hand shaping our world. It affects every movement we make and every natural event we observe. It's the force that holds our atmosphere in place, allowing us to breathe and experience weather patterns. Without it, the air we rely on would drift away into space. Without gravity, our planet would be a vastly different and far less hospitable place. Life as we know it would not be possible. Consider the simple act of drinking a glass of water. Gravity pulls the water downwards, allowing us to quench our thirst effortlessly. Gravity ensures that the water flows smoothly from the glass to our mouths, a process so routine we hardly notice it. Or think about the feeling of jumping on a trampoline, the resistance we feel as gravity pulls us back down. It's a playful reminder of this ever-present force. These everyday experiences highlight the pervasive influence of gravity in our lives. It's a force that connects us to the Earth and to each other, shaping our world in ways both seen and unseen. Now let's imagine the unthinkable: Earth without gravity. This fundamental force that we often take for granted is what keeps everything anchored to the ground. Without it, the world as we know it would be completely transformed. Picture a world where the ground beneath your feet no longer holds you down, where every step you take sends you floating into the air. The simple act of walking would become an impossible challenge. Imagine a place where objects float freely instead of being anchored by their weight. Cars, trees, and even buildings would drift aimlessly, creating a surreal and chaotic environment. It's a scenario straight out of science fiction, but one that reveals the profound implications of this fundamental force. The very fabric of our daily lives would be torn apart. Without gravity, our planet would be a chaotic and unfamiliar place. The natural order of things would be disrupted, leading to unimaginable consequences. The oceans would no longer be held in their basins, causing water to float away and leaving the seabed exposed. Marine life would be thrown into disarray. The atmosphere would dissipate into space, leaving us vulnerable to the harshness of the cosmos. Breathing would become impossible and life as we know it would cease to exist, and even the Earth itself might begin to break apart. The very ground we stand on would no longer be stable, leading to catastrophic geological changes. It's a sobering thought, a stark reminder of the delicate balance that sustains life as we know it. The intricate interplay of forces that keep our world stable is something we often overlook. The familiar rhythms of our planet would be thrown into disarray. The natural cycles that govern our environment would be upended, leading to chaos and unpredictability. Day and night, seasons, and the very passage of time would be affected. The absence of gravity would alter the way we experience the world. Weather patterns, all would be affected by the absence of gravity. Storms, rain, and wind would behave unpredictably, making the climate even more volatile. It's a scenario that underscores the crucial role gravity plays in maintaining the stability and habitability of our world. Without it, the delicate balance that allows life to thrive would be lost, and our planet would become an unrecognizable and inhospitable place. The moment Earth loses its gravity, the consequences would be immediate and dramatic. Objects would no longer be held down. Instead, they would begin to float away from the Earth's surface. Imagine buildings, cars, trees, and even people, all drifting aimlessly into the sky. The oceans, no longer bound by gravity's pull, would rise up from their basins, forming gigantic water droplets in space. Rivers would cease to flow, lakes would evaporate, and the very landscape of our planet would be transformed into a surreal and unrecognizable vista. Chaos would reign as the familiar order of our world is upended. The air we breathe, no longer held in place by gravity, would begin to dissipate into the vacuum of space. Earth, once a vibrant and teeming planet, would quickly transform into a barren and lifeless rock. Section 5. A world without weight. Our bodies in freefall. The human body, too, would experience drastic changes in a gravity-free environment. Without the constant pull of gravity, our muscles would begin to atrophy, our bones would weaken, and our cardiovascular systems would struggle to function properly. We would float effortlessly through the air, no longer bound by the constraints of weight. But this newfound freedom would come at a cost, as our bodies, adapted for life on a planet with gravity, struggle to cope with the absence of this fundamental force. Simple tasks like walking, eating, and even sleeping would become major challenges. Our bodies, accustomed to the downward pull of gravity, would have to adapt to a world where up and down have no meaning. It's a scenario that highlights the intricate ways in which our bodies are intertwined with the forces of nature. Section 6. Farewell to the air we breathe. Atmospheric loss in a gravity-free zone. One of the most critical consequences of losing gravity would be the gradual but inevitable loss of our atmosphere. The air we breathe, a delicate mixture of nitrogen, oxygen, and other gases, is held in place by Earth's gravitational pull. Without gravity, these gases would escape into space, leaving behind a barren and inhospitable vacuum. The sky, once a vibrant blue, would turn black as the protective blanket of our atmosphere dissipates into the cosmos. The loss of our atmosphere would have catastrophic consequences for life on Earth. Without air to breathe, plants would wither and die, animals would suffocate, and the oceans would boil away as the planet's surface is exposed to the harsh radiation of space. Section 7. Cosmic Chaos. Earth's untethered journey through space. With gravity no longer holding it in check, Earth would be flung from its orbit around the Sun. Our planet, once a stable and predictable celestial body, would become a rogue wanderer in the vast expanse of space. The consequences of this cosmic untethering are difficult to predict, but they would undoubtedly be catastrophic. Earth could collide with asteroids, comets, or even other planets. It could be drawn into the gravitational pull of a larger celestial body or cast out of our solar system altogether. The once familiar constellations would shift and change as Earth embarks on its unpredictable journey through the cosmos. Our planet, once a beacon of life and stability, would become a cosmic wanderer, its fate uncertain in the vastness of space. Section 8. Life without gravity's grip. A bleak outlook. The scenario of Earth losing its gravity paints a bleak picture of the future. Without this fundamental force, our planet would be transformed into a chaotic and inhospitable wasteland, devoid of life as we know it. The oceans would vanish, the atmosphere would dissipate, and the very land masses would be torn apart. Life, which has evolved over billions of years to thrive in Earth's unique gravitational environment, would be extinguished. It's a sobering thought experiment, one that underscores the crucial role gravity plays in shaping and sustaining our world. The hypothetical scenario of a gravity-free Earth serves as a stark reminder of the delicate balance that makes life on our planet possible. Section 9. Gravity's importance, a final thought. While the idea of Earth losing its gravity is a purely hypothetical scenario, it serves as a powerful reminder of the profound influence this invisible force has on our lives and our world. Imagine a world where gravity ceased to exist, where everything we know and rely on would be thrown into chaos. This thought experiment helps us appreciate the stability and order that gravity provides. Gravity is not just a scientific concept, it's the very foundation upon which our existence rests. It is the force that keeps us grounded, quite literally, and allows us to live and thrive on this planet. Without it, the very fabric of our daily lives would unravel. From the ground beneath our feet to the air we breathe, gravity shapes every aspect of our world. It influences the weather patterns, the flow of rivers, and even the way plants grow. Every element of nature is in some way touched by this invisible force. It's a force that we often take for granted, yet one that is essential for life as we know it. We rarely stop to think about it, but gravity is always there, working tirelessly to keep everything in place. It is the silent guardian of our planet. So the next time you feel the pull of gravity, take a moment to appreciate this fundamental force that makes our world and our very existence possible. Reflect on how it connects us to the earth and to each other, creating a sense of belonging and stability. The universe is a vast and mysterious place, governed by forces that we are only beginning to understand. Gravity is one of those forces, a constant presence that shapes the cosmos in ways we are still discovering. Gravity, in all its complexity and power, is a testament to the elegance and wonder of the cosmos. It is a reminder of the intricate and beautiful mechanisms that govern our universe, inviting us to explore and understand the world around us.